Hello everyone, Dr. Perkins here with a bond educational video. The purpose of this video is to simply share with you the bond facts so you are truly educated on this process. The vote is this November 6th, 2018. And again, the purpose is to educate you. If you have questions after this, please contact me. You can call me on the phone at 928-683-2225. extension 114, or email me. My email is Anthony P, again Anthony P, at GBUSD.org, or drop in. I can come to your house, I can meet you at Sophia's, Little Italy's, but we want to make sure you are truly educated, and then from there you can make the decision. Okay, what we're very proud of in this process is all that you're about to hear from me is community created. We had a beautiful cross section of people in the local community join us for our first step, which was the bond steering team, which we met from January 2018 to April 2018. We invited San Lucie, we had a member from our town council, we had town employees, we had community members, we had governing board members, and we had GBUSD team members on this bond steering team. So a beautiful cross section. We had great discussions, input, and decisions we had to make, and we'll share those with you in just a little bit. From the bond steering team, which ended again in April, we transitioned to a Design Your Campus team, and we met a couple times, and you see the fruits of our labor from those meetings. But let's dive into the bond facts. Our bond steering team approved a budget of $19.9 million for the bond, and this is what that 19.9 covers. It covers new buildings. There'll be 5 new buildings in this project. Again, we'll show you those in just a little bit. And the cost is estimated for those 5 new buildings to be around $17.4 million. So a bulk of the bond right there. Then we get down to technology. Not only do we need telephones, computers for employees, but we need a lot of student-aided technology. And all of that comes to our estimated $1.9 million. And then we have about $640,000 left, and that will be distributed amongst many costs. So you have your building costs, your architectural costs, you have your project management, procurement specialists. We got to pay the builder, we have to pay, again, the architect. There's a lot of miscellaneous costs in that $640,000, along with district office renovations. We want to turn our district office into a community center. So those figures right there take up the 19.9 just like that. Again, 17.4 for new buildings, 5 new buildings, 1.9 for technology, and 640 for district office / miscellaneous costs. 640,000 right there. All right, what will it cost to taxpayers? Because this is very, very important to you, the taxpayer. Right now, you're paying the bulk of the community tax here and school tax here. So we're asking for $1 more a year. $1 more a year. Now you'll receive a flyer in the mail, which a lot of you have, or you'll see around the community. There's a lot of numbers on that flyer. We try not to make it confusing, but it can become confusing. Once you do all the math, it's just $1 more a year we're asking to get the things we need. Again, the new school, technology, and all those miscellaneous costs. 3 concerns that a few people have brought to our attention, and they're relevant concerns, and we want to clear the air with those right away. We want to be very transparent with this process. So the first concern is our bonding capacity. As I mentioned before, we could have bond as a school district up to $24 million. We did not do that. We are just asking for $19.9 for our basic needs. We cannot go any lower because we won't get our basic needs. So $19.9 was the number, again, keeping in mind our taxpayers. Now, what's going to happen is, in the next few years, that $24 million, that capacity is going to drop from $24 million to $14.9 million. That's in approximately 2 years. And then from there, it's going to drop from $14.9 to $6 million. So our window to utilize our bonding capacity, we have to do it now. Why is it dropping? Because SRP has moved in and is starting to buy the 4 units out at our Gila Bend power plant. And because they're a municipality, a quasi-government, they hurt our bonding capacity as a school district. So again, it goes from $24 million to, in a couple years, $14.9, and then when they buy the final unit, it drops to $6 million. So now is the window of opportunity to do this bond and get the things we need for our students. Another concern, well, if the school goes out and wins the November 6th bonding or bond, it will not leave any money for the town to go out for a bond and get the infrastructure, roads, and other things they need. That's not true because the school district has their bonding capacity, which is $24 million, and the town has a separate bonding capacity, which I believe, and I know I'm going to be a little off, it's around $20 million. So there's two separate bonding capacity, one for the school and one for the town. And then lastly, the third concern we want to clear the air on, because it's a relevant concern, is, well, SRP is out there binding up the units in their municipality and quasi-government. It does say in the statute that because of their status, they can voluntarily pay that tax. So we did our research. SRP has been in Arizona since 1964, so just over 54 years. They have every year always paid that voluntary tax to local communities and local school districts. It would be a PR nightmare for them if they didn't. That means a multi-billion-dollar company not paying a small tax. That again would be a PR nightmare. That means they wouldn't support the communities, the schools, and the people. They have always, every year, again since 1964, paid that voluntary tax. Let's say they don't. Let's say Hill of Bend is the first example where they don't. So instead of paying that $1 a year for the bond, now you're paying, as a tax-paying citizen, $2 a year. So it does go up a little bit, but not the end of the world. Again, the sacrifice here is, don't worry about the taxes. We're always going to pay taxes no matter what. We go buy gasoline, we go buy clothes. But think about what we're paying taxes for, and that's to invest in our kids. They need new facilities. They need new educational programs. We have been in what I like to call the mud of mediocrity for many years here at Hill of Bend Unified. It's time all of us take on that leadership role, pull us out and produce a high quality education for our kids. Remember, we're the adults now, so we are now in charge of helping out our kids. So please do so. So those are the three concerns. And I just want, again, if you have questions, call me. Come see me. I'll go to your house. You can come here, drop in. We want to clarify things, and then you make a decision from there to support us, or if you can't, you can't. All right, we're going to transition now to our poster board showing you the building, so stay tuned. Okay, here is the layout designed by Orcutt Winslow, which was one of 3 teams up for the design, and our bond steering team selected Orcutt Winslow. So this building right here, our academic building, this is going to be probably our largest, if you talk about square footage. High school and middle school on this side, admin in the middle, and then elementary on this side, with preschool being at the end here. As you can see, there's a new playground field area with some shade structures right here. This little bluish one right here is our preschool shade structure. Preschool parking, since preschool has different hours than everyone else, they will have their own parent preschool parking area. Over here, now this is Logan right here, so you're facing west, Logan Avenue I mean. We'll have parent and team members parking with a parent drop-off coming through this U shape here, close to the school. Over here, a little community plaza, and this is also where the bus drops off the kids. So you have separate traffic for parents, separate traffic for the bus drop-off. Let's go back to our academic building. Right here is an amphitheater. So we have a stage here with shade structures and more seating back here for various events throughout the school year. Behind it, new cafeteria, stage in the middle, and a gymnasium. So when we beat up on Aho, we have all of our people there. We have dual seating, meaning seating on both sides. This will also not only be a cafeteria, but a practice gymnasium. If you go back here, we have a little courtyard here that transitions to our baseball, event parking, and athletics, meaning soccer, football, and track, right over here. And then if you go down here, our library stays the same, but right off the library now we have a new small district office, superintendent's office, and business department. Over here, our existing district office will be converted to a community center. So we always and forever want our community involved with the school district. So we have community, a place for the community to gather, and they can meet and do various things. So we'll put central air in here and clean up the outside and inside. Over here we have already existing solar panels. We're going to pave under it, park our buses throughout these panels, and then add staff parking here, because over here we're going to take our 100, 200 buildings and make them one of the buildings maintenance and the other buildings storage. So as you can see from the layout here, this is all new, and we need that support to get this for our kids. Our buildings, just to let you know, are dated 1924, 1947, 1968, and 1973. Well over the 40-year mark. Architects and builders will tell you school buildings, depending on how they're built, only last up to 30 to 40 years. And even in those years you have to renovate, do many renovations. So it's time we get the new buildings our kids desperately need, bring in new educational programs, get the things our kids need. Don't forget to in here our important dates: November 6th, election, bond election, February 2019, the design starts for our new buildings, May 2019, the sale of the bonds and funds available, July 2019, construction begins, and June 2020 should be complete, ready to move in. Alright, let's transition out for closing. Alright, in closing, I want to thank you for spending some time with me and taking time. I want to credit you for taking time to educate yourself. If you have any further questions, please give me a call. 928-683-2225, extension 114, or email me at anthonyp@gbusd.org. anthonyp@gbusd.org. Drop in. I can even come to your house. I can meet you at a restaurant. We want to make sure you're educated, that you feel comfortable, and then from there you make the decision. Remember, when we as a community invest in kids, we get a great return. So that means the kids stay and they become productive citizens. They contribute to the economic development of the community. A lot of positives come out on this end, and we start educating them and investing in them. In return, we get a lot of positive things. So please invest in our kids, cultivate our kids. Thank you again for joining me.